to get you, pay you on the 33rd. 2 pints of lean have me slurring on my words. Undertaker car, triple black, drop bird. Stomach full of money, so hundreds I'm a bird. All the hoods love us like the 15th in the first. 2 pints of lean have me slurring on my words. Undertaker car, triple black, drop bird. Stomach full of money, so hundreds I'm a bird. All the hoods love us like the
guys, it is Cam Hand, the Fantasy Man, coming at you with my first video of the 2024-2025 fantasy season. Super excited about it. A lot of people thought that I wouldn't be making a video or videos anymore since I moved. A lot of people said, that I fell off. But no, I'm back. I'm better than ever, and I'm feeling great about the season. I'm trying out doing a video using my phone, or basically screen recording on my phone as opposed to the computer, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, let me just run through this real quick. This is legacy standings. We want to see, before every year we play, we need to recap on basically where we're at as a league. Where's everybody stand? What's everybody's resume look like? And I have everybody on here, so I'm going to try to go through it quick. I got to be done in about 20 minutes here. So we start off with Andrew. I won't spend a lot of time on this because he just played one season, but he was terrible. Everybody, who was in the league at the time remembers. Some of you may not have even known that Andrew played, but he came in last place in the one season. And yeah, I'm not going to say any more about that. He went 2-11. But Andrew is a great name and picture guy. That's a very important stat that I'm keeping track of for the legacy rankings. Leroy Thornhill, he has a number of other names and pictures that he uses in other games and other leagues that have been great. So give him credit for that. Number 16 is Logan. For those of you who do not know, Logan basically quit the league this year because he couldn't take it. I mean, if you look at his playoff record, he was last place, and then he was in the toilet bowl. His dab count is off the charts every season. He's very mediocre in other leagues we've played, like basketball. Social score is pretty good, but, his rage kills the vibes a little bit of the time. I'm pretty sure he won most dabs last year. I don't remember his picture. He's got 2 aura, 2 out of 10 aura. So not much to talk about here with Logan. Famous dab, that should have been the title here. But his most famous dab, I would say, when I think of Logan dabs, was the time when he thought a whole bowl of Starburst could make a whole room smell like fruit. Famously, we were at Greg's house, and there was a candle that made the whole place smell fruity. He asked, hey, what's making everything smell fruity? And Greg pointed in the general direction of a candle and a bowl of Starburst. Logan picks up the bowl of Starburst and smells the bowl of Starburst. It was hilarious. 10-18 all-time record. So the average points scored thing is the average points that a player scored in a season, or in each season. So we take all the points they've ever scored, divided by how many seasons he's played. And Logan's at 1,610, which is over 100 points lower than the average, which is 1,728. So the average player scores 1,728 points a year. Logan scores 1,610. So pretty bad. We got Preston, number 15, new to the league, hasn't done anything. He's been pretty good in fantasy basketball. He's probably going to get a lot of dabs, I would assume. He sends a lot of pretty bad trades in fantasy basketball, and he's got some pretty wild out there takes. So I'll probably assume a good amount of dabs from him. He's a big Peyton Manning, LeBron James, Klay Thompson guy. But yeah, we're excited to see what he's got. He's got a 4 aura out of 10, which isn't very good, but he does the best of what he's got. We got Alec coming in at 14. So, by the way, I guess you could say Preston not doing anything. Yes, he does have a better standing in the league than Logan, who's only done negative things. And then we got Alec at 14, picture of Frosted Flake, 32-35 all-time record. He's about average in points scored a season. He's a first-round exit and then four toilet bowls in a row, where last year he threw the league, and now he has been kicked from the league. He actually has won a fantasy basketball championship, so that's something. Terrible drafter. We all remember when he drafted 5 running backs in a row and then a tight end and then an injured wide receiver. He loves Nick Chubb, Fournette, Kyler Murray, legendary love for Philip Lindsay. Some of the most dabs of all time. He's a big dab guy. His name and picture are not for me. Some people might like it. I don't like his name. And yeah, I guess notable dabs. He's just absolutely super unreliable. Hates white football players. The Cooper Cup trade that won me a title. That was big dab. So honestly, good to see Alec go. I'm not disappointed about it. But yeah, I mean that's really all you can say about Alec. Pretty forgettable time in the league. Bobby, number 13, 10-17. He's a little bit hard to. No, he's really not hard to evaluate. I mean, he was in the toilet bowl. He took over a team, and then he came in last place last year. Horrible, horrible resume from Bobby. I don't think he has any guys. He gets a good amount of dabs, I would say. His name's Lil Flippy, and then it's a picture of a plate of food. It's the second worst name and picture combo in the league, I would say. For aura, not good, not bad. If you ask me about Bobby's aura, just slightly below average. This summer on the boat, he lost his money, like physical cash. He couldn't find it. He freaked out. He spent like 2 hours looking for it. He accused me and Will of taking it. We didn't. Of course, he found it like under a pile of clothes eventually. But yeah, big time dabs for Bobby on that. Dylan, number 12. His scoring, I don't want to tell you I didn't put his points down, but it was just a little messy on the app. Didn't play first year, 2 toilet bowls, first round exit, toilet bowl. Not a very good resume. Pretty terrible. Okay, C- on social. He shows up, he's fun to have around, but doesn't participate. He's probably, I would almost guarantee you, not going to watch this video. And, whatever, average name and picture. No, yeah, that's ridiculous. 5 out of 10. His name's whatever, Osama bin Laden, but his picture's a Misty, so that should up his picture score a little bit. Misty Cat. Aura, okay, it's okay. Not much to say about Aura. He famously thought that you could kick a field goal more than once when we were at Summits. This is like last year after 3 seasons of fantasy football for him. There was a game-winning field goal kicked, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, too bad. And then he was like, well, why don't they just re-kick it? And we all looked at him like, what are you talking about? Like, have you ever watched football before? Like, you can't re-kick it like they missed. Anyway, that was one of the bigger dabs in the history of the league when you thought you could re-kick that. Now, Cameron Broker is back in the league this year. He scored in his first 2 seasons an average of 1,716 points, which is about normal. He hit the semifinals first year, toilet bowl, through the league, got kicked out in 2020. He's drafted well in Dynasty at least, so I give him good drafting. I'm not sure if he has any guys. His social is pretty bad, I would say. But we'll see. And I'm sure he'll have minimal dabs, but mostly out of a lack of participation, I would probably think is where his dabs are going to come from. Aura, 2 out of 10. No, pretty much no aura from Cameron Broker these days. Back in the day, maybe, but none these days. Ashton, coming in with, I think, the lowest aura, the worst name and picture. Sella was taken, is a horrible name. I don't know what it means. I think it's religious of sorts. But who knows? It's terrible. Above average dabs. Pickens, Najee, Stroud, Burrow, Lab McConkey, any Georgia guy is his guy. He's gone toilet bowl, and then semifinals. His scoring, his points scored were also a little weird, so I didn't keep him in there. But yeah, notable dab was his 40-yard dash shenanigans. That's a screenshot down there of the distance between where Ashton works and where Forsyth Central Football Field is, which if you remember last year, he was basically refusing to do the 40-yard dash until he could take like a whole day off work to do it. And he kept claiming that he didn't work, he didn't live, he wasn't around football fields, he didn't have time to do it. And it's a 9-minute walk, it's a 1-minute drive. We don't need to rehash it too much, but it was wild that year when he did his thing about the 40-yard dash. It was nuts. Matthew, he is coming in. Bobby's friend, played the first year. He's replacing Alec. We'll see if he can be a little bit better than Bobby's other friend, Alec. 7-6 his first year. Had a lot of points scored, very high points scored. He loved David Johnson, I remember. He'll probably have some dabs, but probably not a ton, I wouldn't think. And I'm giving him a 7.5 on Aura, just because, I hear he has a bus. He skis or snowboards. Look at those sunglasses. He looks like a pretty decent fella. I think he's got a girlfriend, so I'm liking what I'm seeing from his Aura so far. So we're gonna stay positive, and it's a little controversial having Matthew who just had one season, or Matt who just had one season, over like someone like Ashton. But in my mind, I mean, Matt made the playoffs the 1 year he played. Ashton made playoffs and then toilet bowled. I think I'd rather have Matt's standing in the league than like an Ashton or obviously a Logan or anything like that. So I stand by that. We're going with Will at 8, first round, and then a toilet bowl. He has a very high average point score, though, almost 100 or over 100 points over the average person on points scored per week. Great social. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Goddard, his guys. Average amounts of dabs. Name and picture, phenomenal. 8. I'm blanking on what his name and picture are right now, but I remember them. They're obviously good. Aura, 8, pretty great. I would say his biggest dabs are being voted. So he was voted most likely to fall in love before the cruise. Goes on our cruise, falls in love. Crazy dabs. And then also crazy dog, but dabs as well. And then also he's a big Randy guy. He loves him some Randy. For those of you who know who that is, that's big time dabs. Then we got Camacho. Yes, Camacho ended his fantasy stint with us in absolute disgrace, but he went 28-12. He was averaging over 100 points or 1,888 points a season, which is great. Semifinals, second place. Horrible social game. Obviously, he quit the league. You see his guys down there. I probably is the all-time dab leader. He ate uncooked pasta in front of us because he enjoyed it. He rage quit because of a trade I made with Logan that wasn't even that bad. And yeah, 0 Aura. Yeah, it's just big baby face for Camacho. Con, we got at number 6. He quit the league. Wanted to start his own thing, which is fine. I'm not gonna get too much into him. Pretty average career for Connor. He did come in second place in 2022, but that's about it. He's the originator of the dabs because of all of his ad. He would sit at home and rip dabs and just ad drop people like crazy, and that's where we got the idea. And Aura 6, I respect Con's Aura a decent amount. Oh no, I think my phone's calling someone. Maybe not. Okay. Hunter, number 5, the commissioner, about average in points scored, per season. Toilet bowl, semifinals, toilet bowl, semifinals. Some people say, he can't get past the semifinal round, he can't get in the finals. I'm not one of them. I'm just saying, people are saying it. Drafting ability, I think he's a good drafter. Has terrible guys, though. Jerry Jeudy, Dak, AB. He was a big Antonio Brown guy. Still is. Name and picture, I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's not great. Aura, 6.5. His biggest dab was when um, they didn't have any players for the A League or any subs for the A League team. So like Doug and Greg, they're like, hey, let's have Cameron play. And I was about to go in. Hunter sprints over to the sidelines like, no, Cameron can't play. No, no, no. And then he doesn't let me play. Proceeds to go ask Randy to play. Randy plays. Him and Will's best bud, Randy plays. And then when I confront him about it, he's like, "Oh well, you weren't registered on our team." Meanwhile, Randy's not registered on their team either. And then when I point that out, he somehow blames it on Will. Anyway, it was hurtful, and it was a lot of depth. So that's that. Greg, number 4, 40-27 is a very impressive record, second best. Lots of points scored, over 100 points, or I don't know how to say it, but 1,855 points scored a season, way higher than average. Great player. Second place, toilet bowl, semifinals, first round exit. Um, and yeah, nothing. I mean, he's got a Montgomery, Allen, Lockett, loves Gabe Davis. I guarantee he'll draft Gabe Davis this year. He's all in on Gabe Davis. And then name and picture is good. It's a picture of Leo. Don't remember his name, but it's Giles with a 1, which is good. I like that. And Aura 3. He raged at me last year when I asked him if he played Josh Downs. That's a famous dad moment for Greg. Sam has been very, very, very. I mean, he was 11 last year in his legacy rank before the season. Now he's third. I mean, he won a championship, but other than that, he's had a very mediocre career. But tons of respect to Sam. I give him a 9 aura for, I tried to get him kicked out last year. Comes back, beats everybody. Comes back this year, says he wants more. He texts Hunter. He's like, I want to take Cam Hand down. Tons of respect, tons of aura. Good picture of a cat on his profile. Loves Singletary. Loves Mike Evans. And yeah, he was a champion last year, and he didn't run his 40, which was crazy dad. So Sam, a lot of respect, even though he's had a pretty mediocre season or career, other than the championship last year. Doug, number 2. Doug is about a little above average in points scored per season. He, is a champion in the most meaningless championship in the league's history, the first championship. But hey, he's come in second place twice after that, so you got to give him some respect. Great social game. Travis Kelce, Ayuk, McLaurin are his guys. A bunch of dabs. He's always raging about something. Always any trade that gets made, he's super mad about. Great picture though. I forget what is. I'm pretty sure. It's a picture of Taylor Swift kissing Andy. Whatever the Chiefs head coach name. I can't think of it right now. And that's a phenomenal picture. And his name is D-O-U, do or duh or something. It's awesome. 2 aura. Not much aura going on there, but that's fine. General Rage. I'm pretty sure he liked House of the Dragon season 2, which is Dabs. And then he hates and he's mean to me about my dynasty team. And of course, we don't got to talk about me much, but I am the only person here with two championships. I'm the only person here who's never made a toilet, I'm the only person here who's every season been in the playoffs, which is super impressive. I've got the best social in the league. I make these videos. My picture is great this year. My name, Cam Hand You This L, is great. My aura is great. So just really greatness personified here in Cam Hand, the fantasy man. So let's wrap it up with hot seat rankings. Last year, Sam was number 1 on the hot seat, but now you can see he's just in the blue at the number 8 spot. Dylan, obviously the least interested, seemingly, in fantasy football. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if he quit at some point. So he is number 1 hot seat ranked. And then we just got new guys like Broker. I mean, he's quit the league or gotten kicked from the league before. Bobby, he's always on the edge of leaving. He's always on the edge of being kicked out. We're always kind of skeptical. What's he doing? Ashton, Preston, new guy. Obviously, he's on the hot seat a little bit. Matt, he's quit the league before, a little bit on the hot seat. Sam and Will, they're cool. It's okay, but you never know. And then Greg, Hunter, Doug, and Cameron, we're really the bedrock of this fantasy league. and we are on the coolest seats possible. I'm not gonna get too into this, but I'm feeling Matt has a good shot at the championship this year. I'm just really feeling that. Um, Bobby, there's no chance. Preston, little chance. Preston's coming into the league very overconfident. I think never played fantasy football before, and thinks it's just gonna be a walk in the park. It's not. So I think there's not much of a chance he wins, and then of course, me, Doug, and Hunter are always in the race because we got good social game, we got good knowledge, and we participate. So that's good. Standing with the fantasy gods, also known as like, are you coming in with good karma? Are you coming in with, you know, like how are the fantasy gods going to treat you? I'm not going to talk about this too much because I'm running longer than I want to, but yeah, you see it. Sam's in a great spot with the fantasy gods right now. And then Preston, I would say, is in the worst, being a new player who I think is coming in a little bit overconfident. But yeah, and then Benchmax rankings. I think Dylan's hitting triple stack. We do this every year, see where everyone stands. I think Preston can hit a double stack and a 35 on each side, whereas I do double stack and 30s on each side. Matt, I'm really riding Matt today, but I double stack 10s. Bobby double stack. Doug 45, 30. I mean, you guys can see what's going on here. Will's got the lowest, of course, but Dylan with the highest. So it's important stuff that we got to keep track of. So, all right, guys, I got to go, but good video. I'll be releasing our draft lottery video on Saturday. I've unhidden most, if not all, of my YouTube videos from this channel, so you guys can check that out. And I'll be in town Friday night. We're hanging out, playing a game at the pool, so pull up. And yeah, good to be back, and let's ride.